it's your boy Young I give him that thing. Punch your leg stand and punch it America. Punch it door, ban punch your leg stand and punch it America. Punch it door, ban walk on your leg. Kankaro what on a watching. Oga level leg gear power leg. Panda with ya punch it America. Panya dwala bano chinga tongo pandon kujwera baya cheka. Papu panda juru wabia bi Panchi America, Panji Dwala, Panta leg
Hello, welcome to Leg State Media, everybody. My name is Abraham Madid Majak. I'm one of the Leg State Media hosts. My topic for today is we have an event going on today in Juba. SPLM Youth League, they were celebrating the event. So President Salva Kiir Mayardit will speak. So I will play the speech. And my guest from Juba today is Mayan Gabriel, one of the SPLM youth member. He's well organized. He was in the event. He will be here with me. So bear with me. I will play the video. Please, I would like you guys to hear the video. Thank you. Start here the video, guys. Start share the video, guys. Start sharing. Hello, brother Denkabis. Welcome, brother Kimo. Welcome, my brother. Welcome to this media.
Chairpersons and state secretaries, religious leaders, all the youth who are here, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, Assalamu alaikum. Comrade Chairman, today is not for us to talk. It is your day to tell your people the history of our country, how we got from here. That jeep that you and your comrades used the raft to cross Kurwako, Lhasa, is a heart-wrenching experience for those who know how far we came. Chairman, people who do not know where they came always forget where they're going and they never appreciate what they have. as members of the SPLM and the Shabab Kullu Youth League members, it is our business to make sure that our people understand what SPLM has done for them. We congratulate you, Comrade Chairman, for 3 big events that you have conducted. You started with the inauguration of the National Legislature, where you, for the first time, appointed a female speaker of our country to have made history. And you've also made history by appointing someone who is not young and not old. And so we have come here to honor the achievements of SPLM under your leadership. At this point, your people are waiting. Comrade Chairman, with all your permission, I want to ask the members of SPLM to stand up and welcome the chairman. SPLM,
No matter how serious of a gamer you are, pretty sure we can all agree on a few things. We love our lighting, and we hate our loading screens and internet issues. Become fully immersed when you sync the Philips Hue Play light bars to your desktop. Bring the action from your screen to your entire room. Load times? Not anymore. Crucial P2 NVMe SSD ranges from 500 gigabytes to 2 terabytes, which ensures you have all the speed you need at a price of...
I will talk in English and Arabic. Maybe it's and repeat again. If you take care of the
Welcome, Comrade Mayan, welcome. So let us listen in to President's speech.
Okay.
All the SPLM members of the political group, members of the National Liberation, all the youth that has gathered here. Today is a special day that we have gathered here in this hall, and I'm very happy to be with you on this special occasion to reflect collectively on our long history. These collective celebrations of our past achievements is a surest way of guiding our party towards the future. Kukabalkega na Kultu is one of the gathering. Ana Kultu left Kumbi Shabbat. It must have to be Mabadi with the SPLM. The coming 100 years, you will be the rulers of this country, the SPLM. word by word as we fought. But on what you do and what you say, because as Dan and I were talking, there are many things that are being said by South Sudanese. There will be so many problems that you will face in the coming short time. As you may all know, planning for the future that does not take into account past successes and present challenges is an incomplete work. It will not be complete. Our historical achievements as SPLM party.
Okay, I will play the video later on. Brother Mayan Gabriel, welcome. Can you hear me? Mayan, can you hear me? Mayan, yapping? Hello, Mayan. Can you hear me?
I hear you, yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, I get you.
Okay, good. So I will play
Yes.
I will play the video later on. Yeah, he's having a network issues. I understand checking your network is bad.
Especially when we go against present challenges and with the goal of charting a clear path towards the future.
Alrighty, okay. Mayan,
Yes.
okay, good. Now, can you hear me well? So welcome.
So how are you?
I'm good. How are you? How are you doing? SPLM here, right? So, Mayan, can you hear me? Yeah, your network is pausing. You are pausing. So can you give us? Yeah. Can you give us an update on the event?
So how are you, my brother?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Okay. It seems like Mayan having a network issues. So Mayan, your network is not connected well. Okay, guys. Mayan having a network issue. Let us wait. Mayan, which network got you here?
Yes, comrade.
Yeah, welcome. Your network is not like you are cutting off. Yeah, go ahead. Can you give us an update about today's event?
Okay, very good. So let me send my salutation to all the audience of Lagos State media who are watching this live show today on the 11th September 2021. So the leadership of the SPLM today was have a meeting, and this meeting is a celebration. By the way, the celebration, we're honoring our leadership of the SPLM for the historical achievement, the achievement of the SPLM seen during the establishment up to today. So we invited the leadership of the party under our able and the visionary leader, Comrade Kiir Mayardit. He was us. He was with us today in Freedom Hall. So the organizers of this function of today was organized by the leadership of the SPLM Youth League, which I'm also the member of the SPLM Youth League, and I'm the initiator also among the initiators of the function of today. So the reason why we come up with the idea is for we, the young cadres of the party, to come and interact with our leadership of the country. Like even I think you see my picture today.
Yeah,
with Comrade Kiir Mayardit, with my leader. That one is a historical photo. You see my brother Mayardit. Comrade Salva, he came using the main gate of the Freedom Hall. If you know the Freedom Hall, in Freedom Hall there is a main gate and there is a gate of the presidency. But today, Comrade Kiir Mayardit surprised us, we the members of the SPLM. He never used that gate since the establishment of the Freedom Hall, but he just come through that gate today. You see, after he passed through that gate, he reached inside the hall. He saw me. He just come to me direct. I did not even call him. He just come direct to me and asked me, "What is your name?" I tell him my name, Man Gabriel Shaw. He said that, "Man, I know you, but one day or one time I will have a meeting with you." I had a conversation of 2 minutes with my president, Comrade Kiir Mayardit. So the theme of the day, which is celebrating the past and the present achievement of the SPLM, we honor our heroes and heroines, those who pass away for the long war, and while committing.
Okay. Yes. Let me bear with me, guys. Network over there is a little bit shaky. Let me play the music a little while. I'm Okay, welcome back. Yes, go ahead. Hey, I've got check your inbox coming from Legacy Media. Check your inbox. Yeah, Comrade Mayan Gabriel, go ahead. Can you hear me? Mayan, can you hear me? Okay. Yes. Can you hear me, Mayan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I get you. Yes.
Okay.
So the future which we are going to commit it as a cadres of the SPLM and the people of South Sudan, we know that we came from a long story as a people of South Sudan and the people of the SPLM. And the war which Comrade Salva Kiir Mayardit and Dr. John Garang Demabwe and the people of South Sudan weighed against the oppressive regime in Khartoum was not an easy war. It's a war of no return. So the reason why we organize this function is to come exactly, and we have to show our loyalty and our commitment to our leadership of the party, which is Comrade Salva Kiir Mayardit. So now my message, we ask him, even today, my brother, today is very interesting day. Comrade Salva Kiir Mayardit is someone who did not hate anybody here. He opened the open question, random question, to ask a question from we, the cadres of the SPLM, and the invited guests who were invited. The hall was full of the SPLM members. So, while if we committed for the future, because the future of this country, it is in our hand. It is in our hand as a cadres of the SPLM and as also the citizen of South Sudan. We have to play a great role for us to achieve what we want, the prosperity and the vision, and the vision we exactly want as SPLM party. So today I'm very happy, by the way, with the leadership of my party and the members of the SPLM and the leaders of the SPLM. Even Comrade Salva Kiir Mayardit himself, he know that he have a good supporters, and the SPLM, and that is why I always say that we in the SPLM, we believe in nationalism, we believe in patriotism, and we believe in multi-party democracy. And he assured us that whoever, SPLM is not South Sudan is not a one-party system. We encourage this idea of the multi-party system. If anyone from South Sudan, you are free to register your own political party, and then you compete with us. You come and sell your ideas to the people of South Sudan, and that is why we usually say that SPLM, we signed the contract with the people of South Sudan to rule this country for more than 100 years because of our availability, and the majority will not allow any briefcase party to take over. This one is our trust, and this is the future. This is the future of the SPLM, and the SPLM as a mother party will continue ruling this country for next generation. If generation of Salva Kiir is finished, the generation of Man Gabriel and my colleague will come, and then the other generation will come. So we discuss a lot of things. And we are happy. And then now my message to the people of South Sudan, both in the country here and in diaspora, my message is this. According to the leadership of the party, Salva Kiir Mayardit, he tell us, he already informed us today about his history. Since he joined the movement, it's a very painful journey, by the way. I don't know, I want to assure you that there is someone called Manasio Bong. He even told us today. Manasio Bong was working in military barrack. This Manasio Bong is from Gok. He's from Maberio. He said that Manasio Bong was working in the store of God. So one time, he told Manasio, me, I want to liberate this country. But me, I need your support. The support which I need ammunition. I need weapons so that you can support me so that I can go with them. But now, if I have only this AK-47, it's not enough. So Manasio Bong try all his best to give all the requests, all the weapons President Salva Kiir requests, he give them to him. And then he put all the weapons to Range Rover, the Range Rover of Comrade Salva Kiir Mayardit. So, and that is why I say that this party and the leadership, Comrade Salva Kiir, he never dreamed one day, he told us today, I never dreamed one day or one time I will be the president of the Republic of South Sudan. But the leadership is a decision of God. Yeah, Comrade Madid. Even if God say that you will be the president of the Republic of South Sudan, we as a people here, we don't have a capacity to say no. And the patience also, patience can pay. Patience is very important. And that is why he assured us that we, the young people in the SPLM, we must to be committed, we must to be loyal to our party, and we must to be patient. Because leaders are the people who cannot complain. You cannot complain why I'm like this and why I'm like this. You cannot complain. And I experienced from Comrade Salva Kiir. He suffered a lot, and that is why God reward him with this with the leadership to lead this country to the promised land. So at this juncture, I want to say that we in the SPLM Youth League, the function of today is well organized, and it was witnessed by the members of the political bureau, members of National Liberation Council, and the members of the SPLM National Secretariat, and the members of the Youth League, the Student League, Women League, and others association also. We were invited, including all the religion leaders. They were with us. The function of today is very nice, and it is blessing. And Comrade Salva Kiir, he promised of South Sudan that. So the only solution to the problem of the South Sudan is general election. Let us be patient. Let us be ambassadors of peace, according to his message. Say that let us be ambassadors of peace. Let us avoid this culture of fighting, because fighting is not a solution. Fighting will result to the death. And he said that I don't want more. I don't need more fighting in the country. He advised the people of South Sudan, wherever they are, to be ambassadors of peace.
Okay, thank you, Comrade Mayan. That's a wonderful thing, you know. Yeah, that picture that we see, that you with President Salva Kiir, that's very good. And we thought that I watched the video, and I thought that the speech for President today is really good, because that speech is come out from his heart. Nobody written that speech for him. He's the one who speaks, and then I said, this is our president, this is our commander that I know when we were in the bush. So this is Comrade Salva Kiir that we know when we were in the bush fighting with Arab. So that was a great thing that, and this the time that I said that I spent away here. Even though people are saying that they are criticizing our party, still we can fix it. So thank you. Welcome, my brother Agwat. I will give this call to Agwat to. So for those of you who need the link, please. I don't want to open up the show for everybody, because this show is designed for SPLM supporters or SPLM member. If you are an SPLM member, I will send you the link in private. because I don't want people who are not supporting SPLM to come here and criticize. No, this for only.
And then they come and attack me. You see, they always use to attack me.
This show is designed for
Yeah.
SPLM members of SPLM. If you say that you are SPLM member, I will send you the link. Let me see, and then I will send you the link in private. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Well, Comrade Madid, the host of the Lake State Media, Shukran. Also, Man Gabriel Chol. Quite so. Your name is really called Mayan.
Mayan, yeah.
Mayan, thank you.
Then I will send you the link in private.
So thank you so much for talking. You know, first of all, today I watched, even I made the 30 minutes to show, you know, the speech today of Ray Salva Kiir. Also, the opening speech by acting General, you know, Peter Lam. The speech was good. The intention was good, and Ray Salva Kiir has spoken good today was different. You know, also, Mayan, I want to discourage you, my brother, saying that SPLM will lead South Sudan for 100 years. That might be impossible, my brother. Don't say it. We can, we can wish. We can work very hard to make sure the SPLM party work in conjunction with other parties in the country. 100 years with what we have now, even though I support SPLM, and my dad had SPLM. I don't think that I will leave SPLM. You know, I said it clearly in the past that I support SPLM because SPLM party has great intention. You know, the revolutionaries like Salva Kiir is a member of the five founders of the SPLM. You know, so he fought very hard. South Sudan become independent on his watch. Also, the reason why he's in the leadership not because he was chosen by God. You know, it was because of seniority. Because he was a senior in the SPLM. Garang has passed, and he was the last member of the five founders of Baraka Shabia. So Salva Kiir, is there because of that one, and not because Rabana Galzole give Kurais. No. Also, your patience is good. You need to be patient, but remember, my brother, this is a party. If there's a problem in the party, you make what America used to make called Tea Party. Tea Party was a part of the Republican Party. When Bush was in power, when Obama came in later on, this guy they split within the Republican Party, and later on they have Trump. Trump became the American president. Not because by accident. It was worked by the Tea Party. The work very hard to bring him up. So is the people Shabia? You make a rebel inside has criticize the SPLM party inside the SPLM. It doesn't mean that you are a bad guy, but you want that SPLM to fix itself from within. Because Zimagal Garang said that there are revolutionary parties in Sudan. Later on, if we take over, we will use them to build Sudan. But in our case, we split. So we have also other Jinubin can be Shagul Sudan. Also, they are the part and parcel of the South Sudan. So their parties could become very strong with the good intention, and maybe they can defeat us. We in the SPLM party. And this guy, my SPLM, like King Karam is today, I like it. I want him to continue talking like that. Number two, man, because you meet president, my brother, you are a very young guy. I'm sure you meet the president and you act like you are a young brother. So that you don't tell him what exactly you can say. If I meet him, I will tell him what exactly need to be said. But I'm sure it's a guy to go like. So tell him, raise the intermediate, meet him next time, and I'm sure also you will meet with Peter Lambert. Tell President Salva Kiir what he was saying about the man that was in the story of gun is very important, because anything he said is very important document. It can be documented. We need his background, what happened in the past, how pain he was in the revolution, how many people have died, what bothered him. So Hayada, we need them. We need at least a very conservative SPLM media to be created for Sudan, so it will interview him. And those SPLMs in Northern Mato, recently we have lost a lot of generals. We don't know what happened to them. They didn't talk to us. We don't know their information. So tell him that President Salva Kiir support, a podium of this conservative media of SPLM. He can be able to support it through financially first time. The rest will be donated by members. So we'll have immediate strong to collect the information. And others machine mood was then. Rabbana will take it, then take it. So we need information to be recorded. Tell him also we need a museum with a shuhada. Those who have fallen the road of freedom, including civilians, those who used to bring information from Jalaba, Lerka Shabia. We have one of the strongest guy called John Cormac, John Cormac, Zaman for Khartoum. He used to talk about the radio, rather he was informing Junubin Gal, Shab Gal, Jalaba, Zol Zede, Bamal to Krim. So we need names. Also, we're brave. So we have followed the road to our freedom. Very brave people. We need their name to be recognized. The Gule Rais, if he can do that, that's how he can be able to re-engage. And that's the target Shabia, those who have left the SPLM party. They can come back because we need recognition to our fallen comrades. The braves or brave, civilians who have contributed. Number three, tell Lambut, you need to come to diaspora. Zolda Gulo to tell diaspora, we need to build a very strong foundation with SPLM. We need to discourage intimidation. Is a one of the SPLM party, left the SPLM, don't intimidate them. You can engage him or her through a good, other mean. Number four, Harga Shabia, it has the youth now. We have the youth league, the women league, we've seen the flooding in South Sudan, the flooding. We have seen a lot of flooding in South Sudan. This flooding, the reason why we have flooding in South Sudan, because our lakes, now, our rivers, tributaries have been blocked by the government of Sudan during the wartime. That's now we have, Kulu River, my lake become flat. So when there's a heavy rain, the water, there's no way they can stay. So we need SPLM League, SPLM Youth to support such a project. You don't need a lot of money. A lot of so much can be collected, rivers can be excavated, so we'll have more water in the lake to maintain the flooding in South Sudan. Even the season now we have this issue. So Al Kalam Tanhada, it was good. I like it, I like it. So, but I want you to encourage another target, the people you meet, the Rais, don't afraid to tell the Rais comes up. Gulu Hagiga, because as PLM party will not succeed if we cannot do the right things. Because the reinstallment of another Zaman accused. I'm not going to bring it here. I'm just saying it, but don't reply to it. I'm just saying it. But we want SPLM to re-engage. To rebirth. Last they have to wake up. Because there are other parties, my brother. Because Arka Shabi, the mistake it made, it brought those who used to be against SPLM Wadam Grush. When you give money to those who used to be against SPLM, they will build their, themselves very strong, and they will target the members of SPLM, those who can be able to support SPLM. And that is actually a destruction to Harka Shabia. So please support Salva Kiir. Gulo ya Uncle Batai, SPLM party to wake up. There has to be a podium, a very strong conservative media to interview from all these division, Tala Umato. Also, housing, but Shuhada housing is not a lot of money. Another bishop of Shaifi, Tirajar, is a Homumbo, Dom Guru, Edisa, Gul, £10 an hour. They can build Amal Tub. Pukulu estate, they can build like 200 houses. They are called like Shuhada. Playground. It isn't a lot of money. It's very simple situation. That actually will wake up and will engage and will rebuild a very strong foundation, the SPLM. So one of the years you're talking about, it can happen later on, but it's not going to happen now because the situation is very diligent. But we need to work very hard. Tell Salva Kiir Gamana Gal Finance Mojudin. As and there, Sabi, and they can because I think too many Badarka Sabia. Nazal Mato, mind the memorial Mafi. So when I look at, I witness a war, I witness me and Nafar Katalo young word and shoot I saw my eye, So it bothered me, One of my friends was buried alive, the Fano High by Jalaba. It bothered me, Also, we need books. We need libraries. Libraries were in Sudan. Akuma da Sudan, but Salva Kiir must support that. Gula Salva Kiir the reason why you see the Cuban nation succeeded because they target high medical, health insurance, the medical, advancement. They succeeded. Now, Cuba, they also target high illiteracy. And now the Cuba is one of the best, when it comes to life expectancy. Cuba island, South Sudan has resources, but we need to target the best of the best and we recruit them to SPLM and we open programs. Without program, mafia have 100 years, Sabi. So please, try to next time when you meet the president, tell him No nation can succeed without programs. Education is mandatory. Every child in South Sudan can go to school for the next 12 years, and فقير وغنيان rich and poor, that actually will support SPLM party legacy. Even though they will be defeated on the road, but the legacy will be very strong. Even Al-Hajjat Al-Amlo, if you look back to the Tariq, it was well Stalin, the Stalin of the Soviet Union, when he came to power after the death of Lenin, able to rebuild a Soviet Union within less than 10 years. That's what it calls Soviet Union. The crime he committed, later on, the people of Soviet, there is a balance because they blame him, and then they say, you know what, if he wasn't what he did, there was no Soviet Union. You see what I'm saying? So at the Harka Shabe now, whatever happened, the war in South Sudan, and they came up with those programs, education mandatory to every child, medical schooling, and target 400,000 nurses, 200 doctors within the next 6 years. And it will wipe out the Hajat al-Kaaba, people they will rethink. And then food production, because the land is very fertile. Good oil, they can be put into project, and they can become the worker. There will be a two benefit, Those who are working will get the money. The food produced for the next 5 years as good food that will support South Sudan. And when you have food in your stomach, you cannot die from the disease. Number 6 or 5, calamity mode. People are dying from liver, from kidney, from pancreas. All these organs of you. We need to know why we are dying. There must be an experiment, must be done clinical trial, with American clinical trial in Sudan. So please inform Reis, Peter Lambo, these are what can build that SPLM party to become what we are looking for. Otherwise, we're going to have a very, very difficult future, my brother. And I appreciate, you are a very young brother. You are very strong, but also, when you talk to Reis, don't talk to him as a young man. Talk to him as someone who has ideas that you want SPLM to be like this. Like this, when you tell what you think is right, even though you think that it doesn't work, it's not a good word to say. That's what you need to say to have the SPLM. Otherwise, SPLM now we have only 12 years away to become a half-century party. Otherwise, SPLM can collapse in the next 3 years, and it can be replaced by other parties because the people who want to destroy SPLM, they want to take SPLM out of equation. It refuse people. One my sure good gal no zol gal japaji bitashima, and I'm not love that the guy come girl is supposed to be ambassador to Taliban. Good why girl now if you go because Taliban cannot do anything to you because you're in the digging Trump. You don't know, man.
Yeah, so, don't be being Taliban though.
So Annabelle correct did for this show so the BL Mojuden. But men Gabriel, please, when you meet those leaders, tell them we need a foundation. Building a conservative podium.
Go ahead, man, Gabriel, you can respond before
so
I
thank
give
you
it
so much. Thank my brother.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, go ahead and respond to what.
So my brother, I'm very happy with all your comment, and that is why I say that the people of South Sudan, they contribute a lot until we achieve this country. The reason why I say that the SPLM will rule for 100 years is not mean that Salva Kiir will continue for 100 years. That one mean clearly that the people of South Sudan who were supporting the movement, by then SPLM was lacking a lot of things, a logistic, and then even the transportation and many other things. The people of South Sudan, they contribute both resources and the human resource. They contribute until we achieve our victory. So your points are very clear. And that is why I don't support Salva Kiir Mayardit because he's just Salva Kiir Mayardit. Or I just support him because he's my chairman of the party. What brings us together, me and Salva Kiir Mayardit, is a mission and the vision of the SPLM party. And if he's doing wrong, thing, my brother, I'm good. I used to talk. I used to criticize the leadership of my party if they do wrong thing inside our party premises. But I cannot just come publicly here so that the people can take the advantage of my criticism against the leadership of the party. So what you say, Peter Lambert will visit. Peter was in Canada. Peter Lambert is someone who have a good unit of analysis. He will see exactly what are the challenges facing the party. So the challenges that are facing the SPLM and what we can do to commit it to the future, because the future is a process. It's not one day. Like today here is now Saturday here in Africa. So we are almost approaching to Sunday. This Saturday will never come. This is all about the future. So people are motivated by the leaders who connected them. Nobody can be motivated for nothing. People, they must be motivated by the leaders of the party. Like you, like now you are there in the diaspora. You were ever right, my brother, and that is why I say that this country we need all. We all need each other. We need you, and you also you need us to work together. So I will talk with Peter Lam on Monday. Peter Lam is my good comrade. You know me. You know me very well, yes. And one day, let me assure you, I will meet comrade Salva Kiir, because today he came alone. He came to me. He asked me, and he said, "Man, me, I know you, but I will have meeting very soon with you. I'm going to share all the point you give. You already spoken right now. Plus the point which I have, I will go and tell him. So me, I am my little resources I used to eat already. You see me now, even just to come on live show here, they are my personal resources. What I am focusing is the vision and the mission of my party to be implemented, and the future of the SPLM, because the people of South Sudan, they are demanding the SPLM to compensate them. Our people get a lot of losses. The losses of the resources and the human and the life of our people. So these people, they deserve to be compensated by the people, by the leadership of the SPLM through the services delivered. And that is what our founder, Comrade John Garang, said clearly, that we must take the town to the village. Does not mean that to take the full town from here to the village. That one, it means to take the services to the people. If you are poor or if you are rich, you must be treated equal. So, Comrade Madid, and that is why I say that the war which were waged in Sudan, the South Sudanese citizen, by then we were 6th-class citizen, not the first class, or even some people, I wonder, a lot of people, they say that the South Sudanese people, we were a 2nd-class citizen. No. South Sudanese, by then, we were a 6th-class citizen. The first-class citizen is Arab. The male was the first-class citizen. His wife was a 2nd-class citizen. And the neighbor, the Arab, the neighboring, the Libyans, Egyptian, Algeria, Morocco, they were 3rd-class citizens. The 4th-class citizens, they are a diplomatic relationship of the Khartoum government. And the peace-class citizens, they are the black Muslim, our brothers of Nubia, our brothers from the South Kordofan, and they are poor. They were peace-class citizens. The South Sudanese, by then, we were a 6th-class citizen. That is why we question, where are we here? Where are we here as a South Sudanese people? Now, our heroes and the liberators, they liberate us. So they're watering the tree of liberty with their blood. And that is why we have this freedom. Now, what can we do? You know, my brother, you said a lot of sensitive questions and sensitive point also. For South Sudan to build this country, one day or one time, the Republic of South Sudan will be like United States of America. But the building or the development is a planning. The development is not an accident or a coincidence. The development of the country is not an accident or coincidence. We need as a leadership of SPLM to have a good planning for the development of our country, South Sudan. The country where we can see all our faces. That is why we consider the diversity in the Republic, in our party, in SPLM. SPLM is like mirror. All the people of South Sudan, all 64 tribes, they have to see their faces. Because they are the people who contribute until we achieve this, until we achieve independence. Another point I want to say here, there are some people who say that, particularly the liberators, they say that we liberate the country alone. We are like this. The Republic of South Sudan, until we achieve it today, is not a contribution of those who were in the bush alone. My father was in the bush. And even I told him separate time, Comrade Govil, I told him that you guys who were in the bush, you are not the only people who liberated this country. Even those who were in Khartoum, they contribute. There is nothing is powerful like information. Most of them who were in Khartoum, they used to leak the information to the SPLM. And if you get the information, and whoever is leaked information, to the moment you contribute. 1. 2, during liberation, during the referendum, or the people of South Sudan, they vote for the independence of the Republic of South Sudan. And there is no any one vote of the person which were counted as 10. All the votes they were counted as one vote. Now, my advice to my people of South Sudan is this. Particularly the members of the SPLM and the supporters of the SPLM. Comrade Salva advised us that let us be the ambassadors of peace. Clearly. And the same to the, he advised the military wing, particularly the SSPDF, to maintain the permanent ceasefire until the people of South Sudan are going to choose their leaders. And he said clearly that if people are still continuing fighting, the country will be under interim period always. And then you guys, you will keep me in power. Me, what I want as Salva Kiir, I need the people of South Sudan to go for the general election and let them go and choose the leaders of their choice. Very clearly. Very clearly. So, my brother, as you say clearly that if I meet Comrade Salva Kiir, I will just tell him a lot of the information. Not just if I meet him, I will tell him just me, I'm suffering. Me, I'm like this for the self-interest. These issues of the self-interests, they are not my class. They are not my class. And what you can do, I appreciate you. And the same to Madit, I appreciate you. At this juncture, let me give the chance to my brother Madit, so that you can allow my brother Abel.
Thank you, Mayan Gabriel. That's good. Usas Mary, I see you, Mayan. I see you in the lobby, but your camera and your mic is not connected, so it cannot allow me to bring you to the show. Please try to connect your mic with your camera, and then I will be able to bring you. Brother Biel, welcome. So unmute yourself.
First of all, I would like to pass my greeting to the Lagos State Media, the host, Brother Abraham Madit, and all the founders of this great media outlet that we use as a means of communication. I also greet Comrade Min Gabriel and Comrade Molana God. I greet all of you. And also to the audience, those are watching, that's what makes this show interesting. Those who are writing their comment, and those who also given the time to tune in and listen to what we are saying here in Lagos State Media. Today's topic is very, very, very important, and when it started, I did write some comment about why I supported the chairman of the SPLM in his recent appointment, actually. The appointment of Comrade Peter Lambert as acting Secretary General of the SPLM, and also the appointment of Honorable Mayiga Yi, I think, as a foreign minister in the Republic of South Sudan. The reason why I support those ideas, because these are the young leaders. Those are people that are educated here in the West. I know Mr. Lambos very well. He used to be with us here in Canada. The town that he lives in is 3.5 hours from Edmonton. And we used to meet when there was the SPLM chapters meeting. I'm a member of SPLM here in Edmonton. I've been a member since I came, not only in Canada, but before I came to Canada. I'm also SPLA Red Army veteran. I left Ethiopia before actually the topfall of Mengistu regime in 1991. The Jeshemer that were told to leave to come to Kenya. I was among them, and we were in Kafota when Mengistu regime was actually toppled by the current government that is in Ethiopia. So I'm well invested in SPLM history, and as a Red Army, we were also members of SPLM, by Bishop, because we were raised as a Red Army, and we contribute to the liberation of this struggle. We also want to see, the party that stood until we realize the independence of our country, to continue to do something that they want to push for, not only the liberation of the South Sudan. Yes, South Sudan became a nation, but what will be after it, when we gain independence? Of course, should be, the levity that we fought for, the equality that we fought for, the development that we were all yearning for. I remember we used to stay, to be with those commanders. What they used to tell us by then is that when we have a country, later on, we'll have a better South Sudan, or New Sudan by that time, when the chairman was the Tagarang vision of New Sudan. That we will have the education that was lacking in South Sudan, the development that was lacking in New Sudan will be there. But one thing that I also said is what is called patience. Patience pay off a lot of things. President Kiir did not just rise up to that position because he was a power-hungry man, but even though there was a lot of things that went wrong during the struggle, President Kiir continued to maintain his position, continued to contribute to the struggle of people of South Sudan, until he was actually, became the president of the republic, because of what he said, his passion that was what brought him there. He's a man that he said several times that he never dreamed one day to be the president of South Sudan, but I think God has given him that position, given him that chance to lead our country. And for that reason alone, I say that if President Kiir could be patient for that long, Sinanyanya won, and then SPLA, and he rose to the power to be the president of the republic, I think he's a man that can do much to the people of South Sudan, because he has given all his time to the liberation of our country. But let us look now to the reason. I'm not going to talk about what went wrong within the SPLM. We know all aware. If you are the member of the SPLM, we know what went wrong. What went wrong was the leaders that did not, pursue the objective of the movement. I remember during the referendum, before the referendum actually, when members of other political parties continued to break away, and SPLM welcomed them in open arms without even what they call background check. I think that was that's what I say all the time, when the people like the former SG, Pagana Mum, used to come and say, President Kiir has failed. And he also did not mention what he has achieved as a SG, because the Secretary General of the party is the third senior high position in the party. And his job is actually to make sure that the party is very strong. The party, has a vision that will lead people into the next election. But I think he did not fulfill that one. But the appointment of Peter Lambert is a young man. He's also a Red Army. He also educated in the West here. So he understands very well what is the test that was given to him. He well vested in technology. In this technology age, you need someone that can reach out to the people of the SPLM as a SG, and that's why I welcome his appointment. His task is actually to reform the SPLM. SPLM need to be reformed. SPLM need to reach out, not only in South Sudan, but across the well where they are. The SPLM chapters need to be revitalized actually, so that they can contribute effectively into the development of the country. Now SPLM is a governing party at the same time, even though we are currently under the unity government, which is called the RT government. But most of these, they were members of SPLM. But let us talk of the SPLM led by the President Salva Kiir Mayardit. The appointment of Peter Lambert with the good things for the youth, because we have been saying that a lot, that the youth has been left behind. Now that whether Peter Lambert is the man that we can trust, but we will see through his deed what is going to be to do with the party. So what the Comrade Agwad had mentioned here, I think we need also the people here in diaspora to have a communication with the current acting Secretary General, so that if you have an idea that you think that can move this party forward, we can have a channel to communicate with him. I think President Kiir is the man that can listen. But my also, that if someone met with President Kiir is a good person. He's but what I disagree with him, even though he's the chairman of my party, is that his policy of appeasement is what I don't like. You have to be very strong enough to make sure that people of South Sudan, you cannot continue to appease them. You should not continue to use what they call, a carrot. You have to use a stick, so that if you make a mistake, you have to be held accountable. If SPLM want to lead this country for the next 100 years, it doesn't mean that President Kiir will lead for the next 100 years. But who will come after him can continue to lead, but he will not lead without development agenda. You will not lead without making sure that the kids of our heroes that have died through the struggle have no better school. You will not lead because there's no good hospital. The SPLM cannot lead without providing services. My message also, and I think I'll pass that message to Comrade Lam. I think we'll have a meeting maybe later, the people here in diaspora. We'll have a meeting with them, teleconference, so that we can actually, I don't know, Brother Good, maybe you will join us in the meeting if you heard about it. But there will be a meeting later tonight with the acting Secretary General of the SPLM, with people here in diaspora. My message is this. South Sudan now is led by people that most of these seniors cabinet, most of these seniors, whether they're ministers, their family continue to reside in the neighboring countries. I don't think that's alone is a good thing, because they say that where your family is where your heart belongs to. Why are they not trusting the system in South Sudan to bring the family back? If you are the minister in the government of South Sudan, there should be no need for you to have your family in Kenya, in Uganda, while you are representing that country. I think President Kiir have to look into, whether you are a civil servant working in the government of South Sudan. It is because of the lack of services. There's no education, there's no hospital, there's no good road. Your family is enjoying a better living in neighboring countries. Therefore, you cannot focus on giving the development and the services to the people of South Sudan. So the SPLM need to look into making sure that if you want to serve in that government of the SPLM, you have to bring your family back to South Sudan. I think this is something that this message can be passed strongly to the President Kiir. That tell your ministers, tell your cabinet, let them bring the family back to South Sudan. There should be no need. Maybe only if you're ambassadors. Ambassador, yes, you can have your family because you are serving in that nation. But why are you having your family in Kenya? Why are you having your family in Uganda? Why are you having in Tanzania? Even in here in West? While you are ministers serving the government of the Republic of South Sudan, why you are still serving that? It is because you don't trust your country. And as long as you don't trust your country, I don't think you can serve that country 100%. This is the message that I want to pass. And I've seen, I think it have impact. Because here we have also families, because we are here in the West, we are supporting our families in refugee camp in neighboring countries. We have our cousins that are in school. But if we have a good system education in South Sudan, the minute that we send here annually, that can contribute into the economic of our country. I think, Brother Man, we are the supporters of SPLM. We want SPLM to continue to succeed. We will maintain, I think most of the SPLM members here continue to talk about the peace that we signed with the Khartoum Agreement. And I've been saying that the only way that we should change President Kiir or the SPLM-led government is through the ballot box, not through the barrel of the gun. So President Kiir is very right when he said that he doesn't want to continue to be, to have the government interim period all the time. We need a legitimate government that can be voted by the people of South Sudan, and the only will come when the peace agreement is implemented, when there's no war in South Sudan, so that the people of South Sudan can go to the poll and vote. Whether it's President Kiir or anybody that they will choose will be up to them. But we want to see SPLM strong enough to make sure that they provide services. I've taken a lot of time, Brother Madid. Thank you for giving me the platform to be, in this discussion.
Yeah, thank you, brother Bialcon. That's really a wonderful thing, and that's what we want, because this is the message that we need to send to our leaders. Even though, SPLM is a party that that's the mother of all the parties in South Sudan, because regardless of those other parties, the SPLM is a strong party that will give the country. So, Brother Mayana Gabriel, go ahead. I see them. One of the guys called Mabor will try to join us, but it's not able to connect it. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Let me cook.
I have other commitment, gentlemen. I will follow you on live, Brother Med. Maybe next time I have to take my kids somewhere. It's good there to share the platform with you. I'll be leaving, but I'll follow the show, so that I just want to make sure that you understand why I'm leaving.
So also, Bill, take me the information in my inbox later.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gabriel.
Okay, so let me appreciate my brother Abel Kon. He already left. He want to go and pick his children from school. So let me begin with this point of why the government officials, some of them, that are not bringing the family back to the country. So the president of the Republic of South Sudan, who is a chairman of my party, Comrade Salva Kiir Mayardit, is working seriously for the issue of the economic reform in the country. And I hope that for the next reshuffling, Comrade Aguto Molana, you will see there will be young people who don't have too much interests for the self-interests, people who put the interest of the country as a first priority in the Republic of South Sudan. So most of you who are there in the diaspora, I really appreciate all of you. The situation which we are in here in the Republic of South Sudan, you send thousands of dollars a day. If there are not few money, the money which we are receiving in the country daily here, they will reach more than $500,000 or $400,000 daily. The income. You go to Juba town here, just a capital city only, and then what about the state? So me, I really appreciate our good citizens who are there in the diaspora, who are focusing for the development of our country. And that is why I always argue with this pressure group, those who call themselves PCCA, that to stop all what they are doing and contribute positively for the development of our country. The people who are there, who are making all the noise on the social media, we identify them. And it's not the problem of the people who are in diaspora. There are some people who've been there who are in diaspora, and they are not doing something positive to themselves. Up to now, most of them they are playing chess. Some of them they are playing domino, and it's not a mission they go there to the diaspora. They went there to go and educate themselves and come back to develop the Republic of South Sudan, because the development is a planning, is not a accident or coincidence. Back to the point of the money of boosting the economic or what. Our government, $100 by then, $100 was $63,000, 63,000 pounds. But now it's 41,000. Our power now, Comrade Madid, is powerful
Yeah.
more than the power of Sudan. Yes, it's powerful now
But the
more
problem
more
now,
than the
the
power of
problem
the Sudan.
with that brother Gabriel Mayan, is that the pound is dropped, but the prices in the market are still the same. So the prices in
The prices,
the market are still high. So and this is the problem. Mafruit.
so the prices
Suppose
in the market.
if the dollars drop down, Mafruit, everything should be dropped. It should be go down.
So I met
Go ahead.
Comrade Kuala Thian, the Minister of Trade and Industry. I talked with him, but there are policies in the market. They say that because the market we use here in the Republic of South Sudan is a pre-market. But now this pre-market, we need the government to govern the pre-market. Instead, you can just go and buy what you like 50 pounds, and then you come and say that is 300 pounds. So you must be questioned. Up to now, a lot of things they reduce somehow. They reduce. These business people, they have a language of saying that there are commodities in the store which we bought for at the time dollar was high, but now we want to sell them. After they finish, we will go the same. We will sell the prices. We will reduce the prices for the benefit of our country. But me, I used to argue with them. I told them that the problem in the business, if you lose in the business, is when you buy in a very expensive price or in low price. You buy in low price or expensive price, and the price is drop down or is going high. But now, if the price are down, for example, anything you bought for $100, and then you sell, and you at the same time you can buy $100, there is no losses there in that business. So most of them, they are good in argument, and the town mayor is working seriously. You will even you within few days you will get a lot of information. The town mayor is working, and the governor of Central Equatoria is working for our people to have affordable prices in the country. So Abel Kon, he talk about the Peter Lambert. He talk about Peter Lambert.
There's one of the guy Moses Mabot tried to come in. He said that he have some question for you, as Moses Mabot, but his connection, his camera and the mic is not connected. So I don't know how I can bring him in.
No, you know what you can do? Tell him, to go out and then re-enter. That might help him to come back.
Yeah, that's what I tell him, and I try to direct him, but it's not. His camera and mic is not connected. Yeah. So welcome, brother Dan Kamis. Yes.
Let me just say a couple of things because I need to leave. I need to take my daughter out to the park. So about man, thank you, my brother. You are a good young brother. Just what I told you. I also will write them to you in also your inbox because they are very important. Mafia ability to get them is a mafia program. Because those are what make a party become organized. Even though there's other party that will compete with it, it's still gonna make it. What happened in South Sudan cannot be blamed on Salva Kiir by himself, but administratively, he's guilty of it. So we the SPLM members we support them because it is SPLM party who is ruling. Even if we are defeated later on by other parties, we're still going to be with SPLM until we'll fix it. So now it is the right time with Peter Lambert. It's not that he's the best, but we can help him. We can help him to get that SPLM back on a track. But we need project in South Sudan with the economy. Whether the dollar goes down, South Sudan is still going to be the same. Nothing going to change because South Sudan economy is controlled by the foreigners. When an IDB is controlling your market, forget it. Nothing you can do it. Unless there have to be a regulatory, system in the Ministry of Trade and and Industry. Because when you go to these foreigners who run the hotels or the banks or or the whatever they do at the end of the month they take their money, go to the airport and go home. That's not the right thing to do. It is wrong. Every dollar, every pound must be deposited in the bank. At the end of the month, if they want at least $20,000, they have to notify the bank, and they can take it after 90 days. That's how it works. and they cannot take cash to the airport. It has to be a wiring system, and the government of South Sudan has to charge them. Also, if they are investing in South Sudan, there has to be a lower investment. At least you have to have $1 million, $1 million, to invest in the country, and you have to hire at least 85% of locals, not your own people. So if those are not in place, it will be like what happened in Uganda until Idi Amin Dada came later on. In South Sudan, what I'm seeing here, we will have a guy like Idi Amin Dada to expel these foreigners. Otherwise, they are controlling, So the government must work very hard to have, a laws, to control the market and make it very difficult for foreigners to invest in South Sudan. Only a big corporation can be allowed, but not just only someone will just take a flight, come to South Sudan, get the loan from the bank of their own, and then go and sell water to us. No, that's very dangerous. Security-wise, it is dangerous. When a foreigner is delivering water to you, because now the foreigner will know the neighbors, because this is a foreigner, some of them are spies. They will come and know the area, who live here, and that is very dangerous, my brother. So we understand, there will be a change. So Sudan was yesterday, it came yesterday, but it isn't an excuses. We have to do much better. During the liberation, the struggle, it was liberation. It was not the country. Now we are an independent country. We have to hire people with the skills, with specialization, Like the police department, why people are killing in the road. The government, it's very easy actually to do it. Every 10 mile, there has to be a police station. At least 20 members of police could be in that station every 10 mile. And there has to be, a movement between. That actually will secure the road, from the bad actors, And there has to be a screening, like what Kamala said earlier, Abiel. When governor of South Sudan, brought in the Zaman to come to Daraka Shabia without a screening. And that's what has brought us this junction, because those people, they were not good for, they want SPLM to die out. They want to become the one who will replace SPLM, and they will make us like the fool, and it is not good. So Arka Shabia, Mayardit must do well. There's be a program, projects. Maybe get them without project. Why are people dying no food? Why? One, the land is very fertile. Our land is very fertile. Why we trust foreigners more than our own? Why we are giving, foreign nationals, with our naturalization, citizenship? No, that is wrong. We must have immigration law that it prohibited any citizen from other country to have citizenship for the next 200 years, because we have experience of the Arab intern to Sudan in 461 to 62 BC. That's now we are here. Like you said, that we are the sixth class in Sudan. Sudan is our own. That's why I'm very angry every day. When we become independent, South Sudan is supposed to be a very good institution that will go like a spying network, like what happened in the Jewish state, Mossad. You know what happened after the end of the World War II? Most of the Nazis who killed the Jews were tracked down. Almost 400 people were killed by the Jews. Actually, I have information somewhere, because they have very strong network spying. Sudan can do that. We would have eliminated those of Bashir guys one by one. But unfortunately, we fought ourselves because we refused to create an external enemy. You cannot succeed if there's no we become internal enemies instead of creating an external. When you have an external, we all can agree and go for the external, then internal, the division. So my brother, I know you are a very young man, you have ambition, but also, let us to have an ideology. Pre-market, like you said, pre-market is a big problem, because pre-market goes with bureaucracy, with the capitalism. So we need to know where South Sudan is lying. Are we a proletariat or are we bourgeoisie? So this is very important. As SPLM party, we need to rebuild. We can work hard, but if we are not organized, if we are being treated like non-existent, and those who were against us are given money, are given position, then my brother, people are good. One day I can find a way out, my brother. Because digging up the other 47 years old, what do you expect I'm gonna do? And I don't want to die like this. I need to make sure that another matter Sudan, they have memorial. So Zikr, we need museum, we need libraries in Sudan. We need our leaders to talk to us so we can record their what happened to them. So I'm New Zealand, keep it up, my brother. If you meet those two guys, deliver that message, we will try to work together, Let's try to build, a trust. And also, Al-Junubin, even though they are not SPLM, they are Junubin. Sudan belongs to South Sudanese, not the SPLM. SPLM is a liberator. But SPLM actually could be taken out by other parties if it is not doing the right job. We need the government, the SPLM party must recruit the best guys based on education, based on their specialization, expert. Not because doing the culture, no, my dad comes there. As in Arka Shabit, get them my brother, you know what I'm saying? SPLM to build itself into a very strong institutional, with strategic, with the precision target. We need to target with plans. That plan will succeed, will help our people to live more longer. So and may God the creator bless the Republic of South Sudan and peace be to all. Shukran Jazilan. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, brother What. That's a wonderful message. And your message.
Let me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me appreciate Molana before he goes.
Okay.
Yes. So let me appreciate Molana before he go. Molana, I appreciate you, and then so I will pass your message to the leadership of my party, which is Comrade Peter Lambert. So if it's possible, I can invoke you also with all his contact, so that you can talk with him. Peter Lambert is a good guy. He can understand the people. What is good in leadership is understanding. Is understanding. I understand you and you understand me, so that we can exchange. Back to the issue of the library. So what is very important, leaders, they must to read, because the books are the windows we can see the world. So in 21st centuries, the world is busy. There are some old men from the different part of the world. They will not have access. You will not have access to meet them, to share ideas with them. But they will put their ideas in books. And then these ideas, they will reach the people. There are others arguments in the book. They will put in the book. But if you argue with a person face to face, he or she, you will not understand. Sometimes you will deny. But if it is book, you will take as it is. So the idea of the books, the ideas of the books for our leaders to read the books, to open your mind, reading more books, is very important in the literature. And to socialize also, socialization is very important. Like what you say now, socialization is very important. Let us interact. Let us have intermarriages among ourselves. So I appreciate you, and all your information they will reach to the leadership. And I will bring even Peter Lambert here. He will talk here. He will talk. All the leaders they will talk.
Thanks so much, Mayan. I will go down to go and take care of my daughter, but I will be watching. So also, I will. You, my friend, too, I will interact. Thanks so much, my brother. Keep it up. You are a very strong young man. Don't make sure that SPLM not into ideology. Just build that ideology very correctly. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where you running to?
Good. I'm going to the park with my child, man.
Don't run away with that digging there.
Bakalas they digin the race Al-Bakir, but like the difference that Agiabiat the rain southward. Thank you. Thanks so much. I will look down.
Most of Mabo tried to come in so bad. He said that he haven't question, but he's really having issues with connection. Yeah, go ahead. Then Kamis.
Okay. Thank you, brother Madid Majak, and my brother Mayan. So I don't even know whether the correct. Is that the correct name, or you just put it that way? We call you Mayan, and it look like man. So, I actually I was down there watching you, and you sent me the link, and I was somewhere doing something else. So it's been a long time. Say hi to all of our colleagues, Borma Kur, Garma Bok, and the rest, because I haven't interacted with them for a long time. Back to the issue, the celebration of the SPLM and the organization that they had yesterday in Juba. It was really very interesting to see them together again and have some momentum. So I myself, as a supporter of the SPLM, and a member at the same time, Yes, I'm not a member, and like I'm not a registered member yet. I tried to do it when I was in Juba, but I did not have enough time. But all of us, we don't have to register to be members of the SPLM at the same time to support the party. The SPLM party is being taken by the individuals in their own ways, and it's actually being sent out to the world that is a very bad organization, and is criminal organization, as people always allude to it. Those words. But the one thing is, the party itself, can have a good achievement and can even fail in another way. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. We have to have a different angle to look into our own issues. And the main issue is the SPLM party today is the leading party in the country and is a governing party. Is that the governing the government of South Sudan, which is any criticism can be thrown in there, whether they are doing good, whether they are doing they're not doing good. It always has to be there. So the main factor is to stop killing. People don't have to be at war all the time. People don't have to die. So we have to prevent that tribal line where people just attack themselves randomly. Those are the main issues. And that issue itself, the SPLM cannot stop it without the population of South Sudan, without cooperation from the other parties, which I'm not sure. I don't really know how many parties are registered in South Sudan, because I can break away from the SPLM today with 2 or 3 people, and I call myself a party, which is illegal, by the way. Most of them, I believe they are not registered parties in the country, and they claim to be the parties. Back to my brother. I have seen your shows that you do on. I believe you are the one that fighting with the other guy called Santino or whatever. I don't really know. But the liberation is always a cause. It's not easy to come to the village line without any suffering along the way. All of us here, I did know it very well. You are young, and a lot of us here, we are older than you. We have experienced the same course that our leaders went through. We all know. And Salva Kiir himself, our president, people misunderstood him when he said, "Oh, I was not expecting to be a president of South Sudan today." They took it their own way, that Salva Kiir don't really know what to do. That's why he said that. But expectation, first of all, you have to have a goal set. His goal that he set during his entire life from the beginning, it was to have Sudan. Everybody have equal right in Sudan. That's what they were fighting for. And at the end, we end up to be South Sudan. And that's why I believe that's always the reason he said he was not expecting to be the leader of South Sudan as it is today. He lost a lot of his colleagues that are not here today. And most of them, they were expecting themselves to be the leaders of Sudan. Not South Sudan, because they were fighting for Sudan in the beginning, before we break away. So when you misquote him, saying that that the reason he said he was not expecting to be the leader of South Sudan is because he doesn't know what to do, you are wrong, my friend. You have to justify your own story. He always saying that because he's the one that brought South Sudan into daylight that we are talking today. So he always go back to the past where he started and where he is today. So you don't forget your past and just try to struggle with your present. Then you cannot accomplish anything or you cannot achieve anything if you don't remember your past. So for the SPLM party, I will always say SPLM, we are we are doing good. We will be doing good, and we will be moving forward. So the breaking of parties is not an issue. It's not a problem. You can be from a different party, and that does not actually disqualify you not to be part of not a Sudanese or the South Sudanese. You can have your own party, but you have to respect the rule of that your party, not to cross the line to the other party. So when we come to a bilateral agreement, that's where the parties meet. So they try to work out their differences and try to find a common ground. But if the single party is dealing with their own issues, that issues is not involving you if you are not part of the SPLM or the other parties. So I am really so happy to see them come back again, and the SPLM have to keep moving. They have to do more than what they did yesterday, and I don't really disagree or I don't really disappoint with them the government or our president sometime, but one thing disappointed me yesterday, putting back Mayik back to that position. And I didn't like it that way because would make it worse. Somebody have a history of something that he did in the middle of you, and you try to push him up to the top. I will make it difficult for our president to keep his work accurately, because those people that have history, they will always repeating it, and it's already happened. Nothing we can do, but just we try to give him a headline that next time try to be careful, because not everybody do the interest of South Sudan. Not everybody doing your interest, because everybody have to do the interest of his boss. Whoever is your leader is the one that you have to play the interest of whoever is overall of your assignment or your duties. So my brother Madit and Mayan, we are doing good, and I love one thing, Madit. Sometimes it's good to be dictator. You know, if you don't have a point of dictating other thing in your life, you cannot go nowhere. I love that one word that you said. The only people that I need on the stage are the SPLM supporters. That's a part of dictatorship, and dictatorship is come from where you have to set up on your work. What are you doing at the moment? Because some people would have come here and throw a body word to try to abuse the president, or try to abuse the South Sudan, president of South Sudan for no reason, and we are just try to talk on the accomplishment of the party, not the whole country. Other parties can do their own thing, and we do not have problem with that. So I have to stop from there. I really appreciate that. We have to try not to mess up sometime. The country belongs to us. We have to be vigilant, and we have to be patient enough all the time. We have to learn from them. I always say they are our fathers. When we left our homes, it was John Garang with him, Kiir, and our father that are not here today, and Joron Kwanmanyang Juk and with Akut. May God bless them to still be there, so we can ask them a question anytime. You don't have to ask them a question about why they do bad. You have to ask them, how did they get there? What they were actually doing to get there to bring South Sudan to where it is today. I don't have to bother myself why you did this in the struggle, in the movement, and all this. Those we will not bring them back. By the way, only what we got in South Sudan, that's what we have to have them. How did they get there? So we can move on. So when I become one of the staff one day, then I have to know where I'm actually heading to. So I have to. I really appreciate you and my brothers Agwat and Bianco for their participation. And we have to always try to wake ourselves up, to try to have some conversation, try to find a common ground, talk to ourselves. That's the way we know who we are.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you, brother Denkamis. That's a wonderful word that you put. That's exactly because and that's what this show was. I designed this show as for only SPLM supporters and member. So I don't want like other non-SPLM to come in and put their opinion in. So thank you again, and brother Mayen. So I will give you this to put in your last word, because I have another show coming up in 3 hours from now. So that's another good topic we will discuss about. Today is the 9/11, and also too we will be having that show, and we will be talking about 1955 as Nyanya 1. So that's another thing that we will be discussed on that show in 3 hours from now. So thank you, Mayan. Go ahead and put in your last word. And also, too, while you put in your last word, there is something that Denkamit mentioned about the appointment of Mayik. So can you say something about that? What did the SPLM say during the meeting that held just today? So I know they endorse him in that meeting. So go ahead and give us some detail of that.
Let me say this before you can answer me before you go ahead. I forgot one thing. I don't really like division that we always focus. That's one thing that is our brothers, they come across on board every time. The SPLM party is a party, it should be open to anybody. It should be open to anybody that have interest to be part of the SPLM. You don't have to be one that was actually in the war, during the war, to be the member of the SPLM. And there's one, the correction about our brothers. That's where we were actually Sudanese. We were called Sudan. When we divided the country into two, whoever was in Khartoum, whoever was in Egypt, whoever was in Uganda, in Kenya, and the other part of the world, they have to join the SPLM party if they want to. Whoever is joining SPLM today, we don't have to discriminate. That our party will not grow. We don't have to discriminate because we are not in the movement anymore. And the movement itself, when we were in the movement, when you pick up arm today and join the army, nobody was actually asking you why you joined late, why you came after we already being in war. That's not the way it works. All South Sudanese, they have the same equal right. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter you were in the war, or that person was not part in the war. It doesn't matter that person was actually working in the government of Sudan. We were on the Sudanese, and Bashir was our president, including John Garang himself, including Salva Kiir himself. So my message is, let's try not to be discriminatory to our own citizens. Whoever joined the party, or whoever came from somewhere, from a different part of the world, because we were not together in the country, everybody was actually a migrant somewhere. We cannot keep discriminating ourselves. Why this person is being given a position is because he was not part of the SPLM. It will not work, and we cannot develop our country. So we have the same right. The same right is belong to every citizen of South Sudan, whether you are a woman, you are a man, you are from where. I'm from United States. I'm speaking now. If I go back and I'm able to work in the country, I can work. There's no reason for me, somebody to ask me why you come. You try to work in the government of South Sudan and you came from the United States. It don't work that way. Let's try to avoid those languages. I know people try to always try to keep us away from being a South Sudanese and try to tell us, oh, these people, they were not part of us. No. But the children that are born today, they are South Sudanese. They will pick up from where we left, and they will continue with it. So that's what I would like to add. Let's not try to discriminate ourselves because the region, or because of the region that we came from. We grow up in different part of the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Dengamis. Yeah, go ahead, Mayan.
Yes. So let me appreciate my brother, Dengamis Garan. Then you say the good word, my brother. The first point I will say is this: the people of South Sudan, and even the independent of the Republic of South Sudan, was not a achievement of the people who were in the bush alone. Whoever think like that, you are wrong. And I even told my father. So until we achieve the independence of our country and the freedom we have today, is a contribution of the people of South Sudan who were in the bush, and the same in the diaspora, in Khartoum, in Uganda, in Kenya, United States, Canada, Australia, and even in UK. They contribute. Our people, they contribute all. So the people who have this language right now, there are few people who have this language, but there must be a device. I even used to advise them. We're able to leave this language. So, Comrade Madid, I think you know that we cannot develop the South Sudan without even Abukaya, without Pajulu, without any country or any tribe. Whoever think that we will develop this country, it cannot, and it will never happen. So we need each other as a people of South Sudan, regardless of wherever we come from, regardless of our religion, our culture, or whatever, to unite our hand together and then to develop the Republic of South Sudan for the next generation, not for the next generation. Yes, not whoever is thinking that like this. So the point of the parties, my brother, you talk about the point of the parties. There are some parties who have like 3 members, and then they will claim that they have a political party. So in the council of the political parties, is very clear that for the party to qualify to be called a political party, it is not something easy. You must to register in each state. You have to register 500 members. Now, 500 members in each state, which is 5,000, plus 3 administrative area, which is 1,500. So the only qualified party to be registered, at least you have 6,500 members in the state. And the council of the political parties is there. And most of the parties now, if election is coming, the independent electoral committee will register all the political parties to see where are the members. You will not be called a political party without members. Members are the power of the political party. And if you don't have members, how can you call yourself a political party? So I think most of them, they are going to be disqualified. They are going to be disqualified for the lack of the people. They don't have the ground to qualify them as a political party. So back to my brother Deng Kamis, he talk about the point of Mayinga Yideng, Cameron Madit.
Yes.
This point of Mayinga Yideng was a former minister in the office of the presidential affairs. And then the people of South Sudan, what they want to know is this. Last time I said that Mayinga Yideng was innocent. The case was investigated by the leadership of the party and the leadership of the country, and they found Mayinga Yi as innocent young man there. And then all of us, we know, who don't know the power of the water in the world? Who don't know the power of the water? The road was still under construction. It's not enough. It still was not complete. Was incomplete. And then the heavy rain came and rushed everything outside from on the road. Even this one, how do you call it? Even the bigger building. You see now there is a flooding in United States of America. The same in German. You go to the side of India, and even in the China. The flood caused a lot of destruction in the developed country. What is wrong with in the developed country? So the leadership investigate, and they found that Mayinga is innocent, and that is why the leadership trust him again. To be a minister of the foreign affairs and international cooperation. So we cannot abandon him, and we cannot criticize, because being a committed cadre or a lawyer to the leadership, you must respect the decision of the leadership of the country. People were talking, a lot of people, they were talking the TPLS, Mayinga is going to be appointed as a minister of foreign affairs. Everybody, people know before he was appointed. And most of the people who used to say that they have access to meet the president. They have access to meet the president. They did not talk. And after Mayi was appointed, so 3 days ago, people complain. And that one is the issue of the leader. Is a decision of the leadership. Mayi is now in the United Nations General Assembly. He will attend with the Mama Rebecca Nyanding and the team to go and represent our country.
I hope we can meet them before. I hope we are looking forward. Maybe Mama Nyandeng and him, if we can have a chance, we can bring them in legislative media while they are here in the US. So we will be looking forward. We will reach out to them if they came to New York, where the United Nations General Assembly will take place.
Yes, but there are still more of them. They will go very soon, maybe next week. Yes. So let me say that thank you very much for the time. So
thank you. Keep up good work. Thank you.
So let me conclude.
Let me
conclude. Let me say that I appreciate you, my brother, comrade Madin Majak, and the Lagos State Media Administration. So and the audience. So country, the Republic of South Sudan is belong to all of us, and we all need each other. And the same to the SPLM. That is why I say that the people revolution, the SPLM. 16 May was the month, and 1983 was the year. The board were the towns, extend to a youth and others area. So that we all know that this SPLM is a people party. Regardless, no matter what, our parents, they contribute. What is remaining now, even we stand with the party, is SPLM to compensate the people of South Sudan. Our people of South Sudan, they are demanding the SPLM. Our people, they did not benefit. They did not benefit enough from the party. And that is why we say that SPLM has to continue ruling the country, to deliver, to fulfill the promises. Because SPLM promised our people, promise the people of South Sudan, I will do this and I will do this. So all these things we have to do to our people of South Sudan. And that is why we say that whoever is saying that he or she needs the leadership, you must to come into the peaceful way through the democracy. In SPLM, we believe in transparency. Whoever is coming to take the leadership in a democratic way, we will accept. But if you come, you say that you want to overthrow us, we will not accept it, because we did not come through the power. Are the same people who trust the Comrade Salpa and they vote for him. These are the same people who are going to vote if they don't want him. If they don't want him, these are the same people who say that we don't want Salva Kiir, and then they vote him out in a peaceful way, not to say that Salva Kiir must go. That one is not making sense. So at this juncture, let me say that thank you very much, and the time also is going for you there. You will be exhausted. We'll have another time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother Mayan, for coming in, and thank you. Keep up good work. You are doing a very good thing. We are proud of you, and keep going on. And we will be follow up. And if there is any news here, so give that important message to Comrade acting secretary, so that he can. We need to bring him into the state media. So we need to look forward to interview him. So thank you for that message to him. and we will look forward to hold that interview. Thank you, Dinkamis. Thank you, Brother Ward, Brother Abiel Kohn. I appreciate you for coming in, and thank you. I will play for those the audience. Thank you for watching. I will play the speech from our President Salva Kiir that they did today. So before the close of the show, thank you.
Okay, go ahead, take shower. Go take shower, brother, before you come back. So I'll see you back later.
All righty, have a good one. Yeah, I'll see you in a couple hours. Yep.
Oh, okay.
All right,
All
bye.
right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
I will talk in English and Arabic. Maybe and repeat again. Featuring Secretary General of the SPLM. Comrade Daniel Abocha Ali, Interim Chairperson of the SPLM Youth League. All the SPLM members of the political group, members of the National Liberation Council, all the youth that has gathered here. Today is a special day that we have gathered here in this hall, and I'm very happy to be with you on this special occasion to reflect collectively on our long history. This collective celebration of our past achievements is a surest way of guiding our party towards the future. Ukabalkebea Kultu is one of the gathering. Ana Kultu le kundi kuchaba. Then it must have to be Mabadi with an SPLM. The coming 100 years, you will be the rulers of this country. The SPLM. Not by word as we fought, but on what you do and what you say. Because as Daniel Ali was talking, there are many things that are being said by South Sudanese. There will be so many problems that you will face in the coming short time. As you may all know, planning for the future that does not take into account past successes and present challenges is an incomplete work. It will not be complete. Our historical achievements as SPLM party matter, especially when we worked against present challenges. And with the goal of charting a clear path towards the future. This is why your theme for this event is celebrating the historical and present achievements while committing to the future. It is timely. It is timely because if you don't think of what happened yesterday, and you don't think of what is in front of you, you cannot think about tomorrow. What will come tomorrow? Our historic achievements as the people's.
Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to another video. I just recently drove all the way from Los Angeles to Canada.
Sparking. I very well know. The protracted armed struggle that we wage and the challenging task of negotiating peace with the government of Sudan that we undertook. The creation of government structures in Southern Sudan from nothing, as well as the complex transitional period we managed, were not simple tasks. They were important achievements. Because South Sudan, as it was not a country. It was a sub-nation. That's why it was called Southern Sudan. This word Southern disappeared with our independence. Dear conference, the way rapid development was affected by the senseless war we fought among ourselves, which we ended in September 2018. All our developmental programs, including attracting foreign direct investment, did not materialize because of the war. We fought a war that cannot reward us anything. A war that there will be no victor and the loser. The key point here is war and development do not go hand in hand. And I want you all to take this note. War and development cannot go together. From 2011, when we gained our independence, if there was no war, South Sudan would have been a different country now. But because of the war, we have gone back. Even the little infrastructure that was left by those who dominated us have been destroyed. Two examples involve the historical houses that were built by the British, just like the house that I'm now in J1 were all destroyed. The office of the district commissioner and the house, which they left, the British left them to Janaba, who took over from them. They did not destroy them. When Janaba died in 1972, after our first agreement with the Khartoum, they did not destroy them. The house in Malakai, which was the governor's house, is not there. And those who destroyed it, when they came and they were laughing to me, that my brothers. I asked one of them, I said, now my brother, if I appoint you the governor of Malakai in the Upper Nile, and I send you to Malakai, where will you sleep? If they succeed, as a human, later, accepted the Tano destruction is easier than construction. We can destroy this Juba in 5 minutes, but it would take us 100 years to rebuild it again. So, as members of the SPLM Youth League, I would like you to take note of this point. War destroys, and we cannot afford further destruction in our country. I am encouraging you to prioritize peace in all what you do. Champion your political ideal peacefully. Use persuasion to solve your political problems and shun all negative practices that can undermine peace or peace among our people. My dear comrades, our present challenge is the implementation of the revitalized peace agreement. For those of you who have revitalized peace agreement, it has covered many aspects of institutional reform in our country. But let us implement it. While these reforms are critical to moving our country forward, the most important aspect of the revitalized peace agreement is the conduct of free, fair.
Hey guys, check this out. If you own a home and you don't have one of these Generac power cell home batteries, you can
and credible democratic elections. Because what are we heading to? peace agreement came as a breathing space that all the parties to the agreement. You know, agreement amorphous that they know a darab sila against the government, while mother of sila, while Akuma Zat will cut the group, Jabum Tawa. Ukale, doesn't take the doesn't read the food. I can't answer. Oh, yeah. I can't answer. We are not moving forward because I don't know much happened to Mark. How do we talk about peace? I know not much happened. So we should talk about development. The Eastern zone and Jack in mind. Who listens to enough? Nazi Yomata Chalas like Domu Tarakuna. Magidu. Yaman Jaram Zabatani. Unaga Mediator, Matajabu. Fatuna, so of the Marwai, so that we agree. We stop fighting ourselves. And now then, Lisa Endum Haja Woman Bukulu. So, what do we do? The big can hide of the day to that. You cannot fight Mao Dua enough. Either to the no higher, a chance at the Lao Barak. Nano, not a real Jabaka. Kalam Bukulu Yom and a Bukulu, Arabukul, Kalam Bukulu Yom, Nanoma, the River Chakala, Lamu Chakala, or Moon, what do not. Before destruction with our properties. Eduna comes here, the Chakala Ghana, my Fortum, when you come, Mat Benatna. So Adabana Kalakna Barana, come, Yan Beton, Munubulabu. If we increase, and there is nothing not Chinese there, it will not happen. Final, there is Chakala, Naga, as a Chakala to Tambura, in Western Equatoria. Tambura or Yambi. Chakala is not answered. What is the reason? None why the reason. Hana, which are not five. Anna for work, the king. Anna Bakiri will keep us up. I was happy to look my chain of the Chakala, who then I opened the out. But let us really do our things in a way that we implement the revitalized peace agreement. No man say my India at interim period and none of guiding for us at it. Nanki Intikhabat Awali. Because Kalam beta Anas and Fakat is shortcuts. Marvin Day. He loved in the Kabat and Cap, you know, Yazan was not become
وعشان كده انا ما داير ناس يرجع بشكل وعشان انا ما داير ناس يرجع بشكل انا قبلت 5 duties 5 vice presidents who can tell me now where did you get a country with 5 vice presidents? Somewhere. It was because I knew when I was a mediator, there is a lot of Kiir powers which I do. They felt short of taking me get out of this office. They think that they got some powers which I so that I don't dominate the people. I know the people. And period with the Kalia, Binjai, Unani, no, my name is Abad. I know my name is Abad. Not all of us will come back. Or even everyone should have come back. The name is Barakuna now, we recognize that as my super was super town. In that way, there will be peace in our country. This means that from now or from today, you prepare yourselves to engage with the grassroots. So that they know the program of the SPLM. SPLM should engage in grassroots, engage a lot of listening to understand issues that matter to them. But it also entails compiling these concerns and bringing them to the attention of the party leadership. Because when you go and engage the grassroots, it happens at the time. And at the time you will bring them back to the party leadership. So that the leadership party will utilize them. Anna, the agenda and the people who live on the way, I'm alone with them. Another political piece of that. And I will explain it better. Look, I know that you two key questions that you are going to ask me. I better reserve it for that moment. But my dear comrades, determining our future starts from now. In my reading address to the joint session of the reconstituted national legislature, I clearly told our MPs that we cannot defer development to some other times. Development cannot be put for tomorrow, we have to do it now. Anyway, if we cannot defer development to some other times, then we might start right away from now. And this is what we have started, to build the road from Juba to Bor, and starting from Juba, going towards Bahar Ghazal. From Bahar Ghazal, you can branch from Rumbek to go to Unity State. You can go also to Rural and branch from there, you go to Unity State. Part of Unity State that cannot be reached by going from Rumbek. Romantic is Laman Memorial to go all the way to a week. Yeah, then development. You can go all the way up to Raja. If we cannot do them, Munupeji Amolena Ajade. Okay, if we allow the developmental programs to be developed for some time, because we compare, Ukrainian situation. If you go to war now, you will go in less than 3 hours.
2 hours. 2 hours.
Okay.
2 hours.
If it is 1 hour.
2 hours.
That is okay. When I went, after I wanted to see what has been done on the road, it took me almost 2 hours. And I came back the same day. Now, there are people who have seen the opportunity you could use the guiding circuit. They feel you could get in Makati. I can't tell you Makati. But people with a business, they are not going to go, the five Malat Budom, the Tabak Budom, MTM Suksama, we have the experience, Rani Mumadu, Uganda, Rani Bikir Budom, who will do Pakistan. And then you are just sitting under the tree here, waiting to be destroyed in your own life. Makati tutakuma Makifaya itabikiri na kulana. Private sector yao bikiri na sekti. And I must tell you, ikum kabab that SPLM for the Mahir, the SPLM Kulu, I must thank you. Alam Madrasi was a big test to the people of South Sudan. America, or the UK, or the Australia, yet to blame the WhatsApp, the social media, I'm to Mazarat. As I look at Mazarat, were about to police or get the group. I don't want to put up monkey Mazarat. Make you a cycle. Homicide. So when we were fighting, I know Daniel always one my now was not a leader. We were giving orders to our soldiers for battle, and we go with them. I don't know what you are in the day that can manage you in the chart. Information about better. Father had a good mood. Father had a good mood.
It's your boy Young I give him that thing. Control like a stand and punch it America. Banyi door, control like a stand and punch it America. Banyi door, walk on your leg, kankaro watana watching. Oga level leg, gear, pow, garay leg. Panda with ya, punch it America. Banyi dwala bano, chingatonga pandon kujwera baya cheka. Paku panda juru wabia bi Panchira America, Panji Dwala, Panapan Pancha Leg Stand.